wandered into America from the frozen north, and hunters came after them. After hundreds of years, these first Americans were scattered all across the country. They lived in big groups called tribes. There were hundreds of different tribes in America. Each one had its own language, its own way of life, and its own name. But when Columbus landed in America in 1492, he thought he was in the Indies, so he called the people he met Indians, and the name stuck.
Tribes like the Chinook, the Makah, and the Salish made their homes near the water along the northwest coast of America. Most of their food came right from the sea. The Makah were very good whale hunters. They carved great canoes from the trunks of huge trees. Some canoes held up to 60 people. The hunters came just as close to the whale as they could. Men scared the whale with long harpoons. Later, the whole village feasted on whale meat and berries. Fishing for salmon was much easier than hunting whales. Salmon were caught in traps that stretched from one side of a river to the other. Some fishermen believed that the first salmon caught was very special. They prayed over it, cooked it, and gave everyone a taste. Then they put the skeleton back into the river. They believed that this would bring more salmon back the next spring. All tribes of the Northwest were fine woodworkers. The Hadia built big wooden houses that faced the sea. Sometimes they carved the front door to look like an animal's mouth. The Hadia also carved and painted giant totem poles with birds, animals, and people on them. The totem poles told family stories and legends. The Northwest people often had feasts. Sometimes they lasted several days. At the feast, the host gave away many gifts: blankets, jewelry, even canoes. The host wanted to give it away as much as possible. It would show just how important and rich he was.
Southwest. The hot, dry desert of the Southwest is where the Hopi, the Navajo, and the Zuni live. The Hopi built clay houses high on flat-top mountains called mesas. Hopi means the peaceful ones, but some tribes who lived nearby were not so peaceful. They raided Hopi villages and stole food and blankets. That's one reason why the Hopi built their homes in high, hard-to-reach places, to stay safe from their enemies. And if an enemy did reach a Hopi home, he would have a hard time ever getting inside. Instead of front doors, homes had holes in the roofs with ladders that could be pulled inside quickly. It was not easy to farm in the desert where so little rain fell. Without rain, crops would not grow, and people would starve. So each year the Hopi prayed for rain. Hopi priests would dance holding snakes in their mouths. Then snakes were set free to carry Hopi prayers back to the special spirits. The zigzagging bodies of the snakes in the sand reminded the Hopi of lightning that would come with the rain.
Will roam the grassy plains of the Midwest. Tribes like the Cheyenne, the Pawnee, and the Sioux
hunted buffalo, and since buffalo herds kept moving, these tribes stayed on the move too. The teepee made a good home for the Sioux. It was easy to pick up and take down. When the chief signaled it was time to leave, the whole village could be ready to move in just a few minutes. Buffalo hunting was very dangerous. Hunters needed fast, brave horses. Indians honored their horses the same way they honored the best hunters, with eagle feathers. The Comanche were the best horsemen on the plains. By the time a boy was a teenager, he could gallop at full speed, lean over, and swing another person onto his horse. This was important. It was easy to fall and get hurt during buffalo hunts. Plains people were very thankful for the buffalo. They ate buffalo meat. They turned buffalo skin into clothing, tents, and blankets. Bones and horns were carved into tools, bowls, and cups. Buffalo tails made good fly swatters. Children even played with toys made from the buffalo, bone dice, and balls of rolled up hair.
Woodlands. The Delaware, the Iroquois, and the Penobscot lived in the eastern woodlands. Trees were all around them, everywhere. And woodlands people put trees to good use. Branches became bows or spears or tools for farming. Bark was made into baskets, bags, and canoes. The Iroquois and the Delaware made long houses out of trees and bark. They were so big, many families could live in just one. Woodlands people were great hunters. They could look at the tracks of an animal and know which way it was going and even how fast. Hunters could move very quietly over the leafy forest floor. Sometimes they disguised themselves with deerskin so they could sneak up on their prey.
Get it! Come on, girl!
Most woodlands tribes had leaders called chiefs. When the Pilgrims came to America from England, they met the great chief of the Wampanoag people. His name was Massasoit. At first, the Pilgrims were afraid of this tall man with his painted face, his wolfskin cape, and his bone necklace. But soon they learned that Massasoit was good and honest and kind.
How come
Massasoit promised to help the Pilgrims get settled in their new land and to live in peace with them, and he did for all his life. For hundreds of years, Indians were the only Americans. Then about 500 years ago, great ships began to arrive. People from Europe wanted to settle in America. The Indians tried to carry on with their way of life, but it was not easy. As the years passed, the settlers moved onto Indian lands. They did not want the Indians to hunt or plant there anymore. By 1900, the new settlers had claimed most of the country. They forced the native people to move to special areas called reservations. Today, almost 2 million American Indians make their homes in this country. More than a third live on a reservation. The rest live in cities and towns. Many Indians say they walk in two worlds. They are a part of today's Americans, but at the same time, they keep the ways of their people, the very first Americans.
Kill the buffalo. I go to our play today, we had the following: blazing arrow, swift fox, white wolf, blue water, ahani, she who brought the colors, raging bull, quiet doe, shinawa, dancing yellow bird, tokalasapwa, little arrow, moonlight star, quiet warrior, morning star, dark sun, lovely flower, and little paw. Thank you for coming to our play.